Hi, welcome to the Interaxis channel and Interaxis.io. We're going to keep talking about identity and how it relates to decentralized finance, cryptocurrency, blockchain, and how those kinds of solutions are helping solve some of the problems, some of the issues we see around this idea of identity. We're going to talk about it in the realm of the developed world, the developing world, talk about it in financial terms, in just life terms, and how some of these technologies can help solve that. First, I want to remind you, please subscribe to the channel here so you can get the most updated content. You'll get it right when it comes out. As we release more videos and more thoughts like this, you'll get it right away, so please go ahead and subscribe. Okay, so now in a previous video we talked about some of the issues with identity. We didn't go into the blockchain solutions yet. We just wanted to build up what some of the problems we see are, and so now we're going to go through some of the ideas, some of these solutions that blockchain, crypto, DeFi can provide. So one of the first places I'm going to talk about here is potentially in the medical arena, having to deal with healthcare. This isn't even financial related necessarily. This is just a matter of my data. Who has access to it, and how can I give someone else access to my data, or how can I give someone access to some of my data but not all, and how this might look and how it might work. So in the realm of identity and my medical data, okay, so I might have some of my doctors that I go to, and I go have exams. In my regular exams, I might have labs that have some sort of results. Now, the doctors keep some of this data over here. The labs keep some of this data over here. They're in separate silos, right? And so the problem is, let's say I have to go to another doctor and they need my information. I have to go get surgery, something like that. I have to request here because of HIPAA laws and everything else here in the United States and other countries where they have laws around the security and the privacy of your health data. I have to go ask for this doctor to go release this data to this doctor or this hospital, and it's quite the process. Sometimes information can get lost. Sometimes it actually costs you money to get that. Sometimes it can take weeks to get it, because in reality it's not a doctor's job to be moving your information or your data around. Okay. The other place where this happens is things like insurance, right? If I'm applying for life insurance, health insurance, disability insurance, something like that, the insurance company is going to ask for my health information. And if I have to go to the doctors, if I have to go to my doctors or hospitals or whomever has taken it and ask for it, they actually charge for that. They actually charge a fee to go get the data and send it to the insurance company. Okay, so you can see where this could be a problem. Another I found recently was for my daughter to start school, we had to actually go to her pediatrician, her doctor, and get that doctor to fax the information, fax the records that my daughter had her shots and gotten her exams, gotten her checkups to the school, which seems a little silly in this day, but that's actually what had to happen. The doctor had to sign it and everything. So I want you to imagine how difficult this is, and the fact that this doctor has data on me and my health, and these labs have data on me and my health, and I have to actually ask their permission to move it around, which is silly because the information is about me. So what is another option here? So imagine then I have my wallet, and if you're not quite sure how wallets work, how crypto wallets work, then go back through some of the videos and we'll kind of explain how wallets work, but go back to those if you need to. But imagine I have my wallet here, and the wallet has some sort of health token, and the token isn't worth anything. It's not value, but it states who I am, kind of my identity from a health perspective. And maybe all my medical data gets put on this blockchain here. So when I have labs, when I go to the doctor for checkups, whatever it might be, is all kept on this chain. Okay, and the only way to access it is with my health token. Okay, all this is encrypted on chain. Now, it might be a public blockchain, but the fact that it's all encrypted and you have to have my token to unlock it means that no one else can access it. So you think it's a public blockchain, my information is publicly visible, but the very nature of cryptography means that we can make it to where it's not visible, it's not readable to anyone. It is the data is out there, but you have to have this token to unlock it and to actually read the data. So what happens is all this information gets put on this chain, and if the insurance company comes to me and says, all right, Adam, you're applying for life insurance. We need to get information about you, about your lab results or your doctor's visits or what have you. I say, okay, tell me what you need. I access this using my token, and I say, all right, give this insurance company my last doctor's visit and the lab results for the last year, and I have to sign it. And I sign it by either using facial recognition or using my thumbprint or something like that. And that information gets released right away. I don't have to wait for a doctor to do it. I don't have to wait for a hospital or a lab or anything like that to do it. It just gets released to the insurance company right away. And the nice thing is, ideally, it's just data. It's just numbers. So the insurance company hopefully gets to process that immediately, right? Because as data comes in, they make some sort of determination here, and they decide, whether or not I get the insurance, right? But ideally, I sign in with whatever this token is, and that is what releases my information. That's my digital signature. That gives this chain the ability to actually release this information to, in this case, the insurance company. The same can happen for, my daughter's school, right? I mean, we should have a token that says she got her exam and everything's good, and she's gotten her shots, and the doctors should just upload that and say she got her shots, we did them on this date at this time, and everything's good. And all we should have to do is go sign in with our little token and release that data. Now, why can't that just be a database? Why would it have to be a blockchain to do that? And the answer is just for safety and security, right? If it's a publicly visible blockchain and the only way to get it is through this cryptographic token that I have in my crypto wallet that's either on my phone or on my computer or kept in a hard wallet or something, then no one else can have access to it. It's not like a database that's kept on AWS or Google Cloud or even in some other database. It is where it's a honeypot of information and someone's going to try to hack it. This is less easy to hack. Obviously, if the cryptography is done correctly, because you would need to have this private key. This token essentially functions where I would have to have one of my private keys to unlock this. I wouldn't have to access it that often, so it's okay to actually have it on a hard wallet, sitting, in a drawer in a safe deposit box, wherever I might want to have it, to where those few times when I need to get to my health information, or I need to release it to someone else, I have to get out the hard wallet, I have to put in my seed phrase or my password or whatever to be able to authorize this. I wouldn't have to do it that often, but it would keep my data, my health information extremely safe, so no one would really be able to hack it. They would have to have my private key. They'd have to have the ability to sign this data. So that's one area where we see that blockchain technology, crypto type technology can actually help. And this isn't even dealing with the financial element. This is 100% just keeping data safe, a place to store data which is on a publicly visible blockchain. And because it's a public chain, that means insurance companies could have hooks, and someone's going to build this bridge here, someone's going to build this bridge here, someone's going to build this token, this bridge, but all they're doing is using this protocol to put medical data potentially on this chain and then give everyone else the ability to access it. But I have to release my data via some sort of token. I have to use my private key to release it, and I can choose to whom I'm going to release it. Again, this is theoretical. I haven't seen this actually in practice yet, but this is something that we see could happen by virtue of the fact that I have this digital identity, this cryptographic identity. So I might have a wallet with my private keys, and part of my private key is is governing part of my identity, and part of my identity is my health, right? So I'm deciding who gets my health data, and I do that by virtue of the fact that I have to have this token in my wallet that proves who I am and proves that I can access my health data, and then I get to decide where it goes and when. So not just anyone can access my health data. And what it potentially does also is it allows the doctors, the hospitals, the labs, everyone else to offload some of that risk to a public blockchain, right? Because right now they have so much risk tied up with HIPAA, so much risk that they have to keep their files safe. They have to keep their data very, very safe. And if they have a breach, that's a big problem for them. Well, this is a way to offload that so they don't have to worry as much about it and say, look, we're going to put it on this on a blockchain that in theory is viewable to everybody, but you're going to have one of these tokens. And so maybe what happens also is I release some other token to this insurance company that says, okay, you guys can go get these little bits of information, and I somehow send them a token and they can use it one time or two times or whatever to get little bits of information, but not everything. So that's how we see cryptography, blockchain, cryptographic solutions being used for in the medical field, kind of under the headline of identity, because it's part of who I am. It's part of my having custody, I guess, of my own data. I'm going to be able to decide where it goes, who uses it, and why they use it, and when. And I do it based on my a token that might be in my wallet using my private keys. That's a little bit about identity and the medical field. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope that made sense for you. Subscribe to the channel here. Leave us some comments. Let us know what's interesting to you, what's not interesting. Find us on Twitter @Interaxis8, and we hope to see you in the next video.